Hello and welcome to The Point, the weekly show where I talk about the hottest talking points in video games. This week,
we're at Gamescom in Germany!
How are you doing?
Sit back down and get on with
much work to do.
I've been doing this for hours now.
We're in Germany!
No, it doesn't matter we're in Germany.
You're not doing anything.
That doesn't get any work done.
Some special flakes!
I don't care about special flakes. Would you sit down and help
edit
us?
and do stuff, man. I haven't slept yet.
For the
Okay?
point.
It's true.
I've been up for
For the
24
point.
hours,
How's it
man.
feed and
Have
rub?
some
See where
crunch
it's going.
chips!
Germany has a long and storied history with video games. Before the Middle East came into vogue, it was the killing field of choice for most of the 90s shooters. But it's also the home of Crytek, Game Duel, Handy Games, and dozens of other developers I've never heard of. Most importantly, it's the home of Gamescom, the biggest games convention in the world. Unlike E3, which is for industry folks, Gamescom is open to the general public, and over the next week, the Kölnmesse will play host to almost 300,000 visitors, many of whom will use the public restrooms to make Köln messes of their very own. This is my third year at Gamescom, but my first as Games Press. I've attended twice before as a member of the general public. It's probably my favourite conference, but it rarely comes up in conversation. When we talk about game conferences, E3 tends to be on the tip of everyone's tongue. But despite having fewer announcements and less media attention, public shows like Gamescom and Penny Arcade Expo are by far and away more enjoyable experiences, and you should probably go to one. E3 is where news happens, where games are revealed and consoles are announced. It's so big it actually gets play from the mainstream media. But chances are, if you're attending E3, it's for a reason, be it to show off a game, sign a business deal, present a stage show, or write previews. E3 is an industry show, so the vast majority of the attendees are there to get a job done. In fact, they'll likely end up doing so much work that there's little time to actually experience the show floor. In the 2 years I've attended E3, I feel like I've seen less than the 7 previous years watching GameSpot's coverage from my bedroom. E3 is all about the announcements, and people on the internet have a front row seat for all of that information. However, within an hour of my first day at Gamescom 2008, I had played about half dozen games, met Gabe Newell, and had a 10-minute conversation with Ed Boon about the history of Mortal Kombat. And when I went to PAX East last year, I chatted with Craig Gassavin and Adam Sessler before going boozing with a bunch of old friends from the GameSpot community. E3 is a conference, but Gamescom and PAX are more like festivals. They've that buzz of enthusiasm and optimism that you only get from fans. Most people have travelled a considerable distance. They've paid for hotels, they've taken time off work, friends and family, all to sit in lines to play video games, get the odd piece of swag, and hang out with their fellow gamers. Being at Gamescom and PAX is like stepping into the internet. Every type of gamer is there, except they're all getting along. The rabid fanboyism of our games communities turns into amicable discussion once faces and eye contact are enabled. The online games community has the capability to be awful, and in recent months we've done a great job of it, be it bullying developers, being generally discriminatory, or adding our own fuel to the console war. Often journalists don't help either, and being a critic means that a lot of your time is spent criticizing. Perhaps we do it too much. I think that when I look at the 2 previous episodes of The Point. We all bitch and moan and stand our ground over silly things on message boards and sites. In fact, as gamers, like enthusiasts of any kind, we tend to define ourselves by the small differences in our tastes. Public games festivals like Gamescom and PAX are the great equalizers, a much needed shot on the arm to remind yourself that behind all the bickering and trolling is a passion for gaming that has turned a bedroom industry into an entertainment and creative juggernaut. So go to PAX, go to Gamescom, get some of your mates to go with you or make some new ones. Grab a beer and celebrate being a gamer, because video games are feckin' brilliant, and so are the people who play and make them, and sometimes we need reminding of that.
You haven't even done The Point yet. I've been watching you sat there just listening to music. I haven't done anything.